Welcome everyone. Class, my name is Rosaria and I will be giving your practice today. I'm a business trainer on customer experience and happiness, laughter yoga and yoga teacher now. So our session will mix all of those elements. I always like to my mission is to bring more knowledge and practices of happiness into the world. So the class will be focused on 3 elements: knowing, doing, and being. And the focus of today will be very much on getting in balance, which is always with yoga, but more specifically also getting grounded and then moving from the ground up, activating our solar plexus with our neural energy, so we can actually nourish ourselves and then from there connect to the higher chakra and blossom like a beautiful sunflower. The very first thing that we're going to do, we're going to take some time actually before that. Everybody fine? Any injuries or any health problems that you could be aware of? Great. And the other elements which are already done, also in the mass, and also at the end of the practice, we will do that again. Then we are ready to start. So the very first thing that I invite you to do is to close your eyes, and we're going to take a number of deep breaths in and out to go through 4 key elements of life and of yoga, which are our body, our mind, our energy, and our emotions. I will be guiding through each of them. So let's start. So take a deep breath in and observe your body. How is your body feeling right now? Are there any tensions, any contraction? What is the state of your body in this very moment? Breathe in, observe, and when you breathe out, you try to release every possible tension. Take a couple more deep breaths in and out of your face here. And then we move to observe your energy. Energy, yoga is prana. It's the life energy that flows through our entire body through the breath. What's the status of your energy right now? Does it feel like it's flow, or does it feel that it's stuck somewhere? Take 2, 3 breath here. Routine yourself, and you breathe out, and you release, you let go. What you can also do with breathing is that the breathe out is longer and breathe in. When you do that, you allow your body to relax even more, you remove from your body and toxin or any restrictions. And third, we're going to look at our minds. So the next routine, observe your minds, where all our thoughts are, what kind of thoughts are going on in your mind right now. Are there your worries or your fears? Are you being focused on the past, or are you being focused much on the future? Breathe in, observe, and breathe out and release, and set for yourself the intention to be in the here and now. One more deep breath in and out here. And we're going to move to the emotions. So for the next few breaths, just focus on your emotions. Breathe in and observe what kind of emotions are you feeling right now. We are very used to label emotions as positive or negative, but that's our labels, they are judgment. If you remember one thing from this class today, I would really love it to be that there are no positive or negative emotions. Emotions are energy in motions, so they are continually flowing. And rather than positive or negative, you can think of them as emotion we feel when our needs are met versus emotion we feel when our needs are not met. So with the next bit routine and out, you can use what I call the RAIN methodology. R stands for recognize what emotions are you feeling right now. A is for acknowledge them, accept them. When we accept them, they just flow and they are impermanent. When we don't accept them, they get stuck and they contract our body in the place. And then the I is for investigate, get to know yourself. Why is that you're feeling that emotion? Investigate the needs behind needs. That's the N for needs, but also for nurture. What are the needs that you are having and how can you nurture them? I used to think about happiness like 9 different yellow factors and ways that you can nurture your needs. So happiness stands for health, autonomy, purpose, play, integrity, nature, empathy, simplicity, and smile, which is also gratitude and spirituality. During the practice of today, you have to be aware of where are you, which of those needs maybe not being fulfilled yet, and which of those needs do you want to focus on. So take one more deep breath in here, and then without release. And while your eyes closed and your hands in a mudra, you can also chant the Om, which is the 3 vowels A, O, M. Om is the sound which the highest vibrational effect. So it really connects us to the direction, but it also connects all of our chakras together. So when we do the sound focus on the nada, which then connects to the upper chakras. When we do U, we focus mostly on the heart and on the moon. And then with the mu sound, we move up to our third eye and crown and the bindu and the spiritual crown. So we take a very deep breath in and then we go together. And still while keeping your eyes closed, we are gonna chant the Kamana mantra. The reason why we chant mantras in yoga is not because of the religious meaning, but it's to chanting activates all of the sounds within us, so it also releases oxytocin. But most of all, chanting a mantra allows us our mind to have a focus, and it connects us to the heart chakra. So the Kamana mantra is about wishing happiness to others. It's the meaning is may we be happy, may we be free from illness, may we see what is auspicious, and may no one suffer. I will repeat each sentence first, and then we can chant it together. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhina. Om Sarve Sarve Santu Niramaya. Sarve Santu Niramaya. Sarve Bhadrani Pashyant. Sarve Bhadrani Pashyant. Ma Kashiduka Bhave. Ma Kashiduka. And then we're going to pronounce our Sankalpa. That's our intention and commitment for this practice, and if possible for today. So I'll say it, and then we will do it together 3 times. Just for today, I will nourish myself, be myself, and blossom. Just for today, I will nourish myself, be myself, and blossom. Just for today, I will nourish myself, be myself, and blossom. Just for today, I will nourish myself, be myself, and blossom. And finally, we chant the Om Shanti, which is about peace inside, peace outside, and peace for all. Breathe in. Om. While still with your eyes closed, get your hands in Namaste Mudra, and then we're going to wrap our tongue as fast as you can. So that you generate warmth between your hands and energy. And then you place the palm on your eyes, getting in all of the energy from your palms. And then you open and close the palm, the eyes within your palm 40 times. And then slowly, with your eyes open, release the palm of your hands. And also focus and look at the heart shape that you can see in the palm of your hands, so that you can stay with your heart today. What we're going to do now, we're going to start with the second part, which is Sattva Yoga or Power Sana. Those are poses which allow us to stretch our body so that we become ready for the actual posture, but also they allow us to remove all of the blockage, so they really free up the prana and the flow energy in the body. So stretch your legs in front of you. And we are going to start, we're going to move from bottom up. So we're going to start with 2 bending. And for each part of the body that we are going to stretch, you can have some thoughts of gratitude, because each of those parts of your body, they allow you to do something. Like the toes allows us to work around. So like flex and close, flex and close. And then we are gonna also stretch our toes to the front and back. And for the more advanced, when you go back, you can also slightly lift your heels. And if not, then it's okay also to leave them on the floor. So you inhale when you go forward, and you inhale forward, exhale backward. And in general, for the practice, also when I forget to mention the inhale and exhale, with inhale we tend to expand, and with exhale we tend to contract. So also inhale upwards, exhale downwards. That's also the way was to remember how to use the inhale and the exhale. And then from here we do ankle rotation. So you can do both the ankles at the same time. And we start always with clockwise, which is kind of closure. And then we reverse and we go anti-clockwise, which is more than we go properly. And then we move to our knees. So the first thing that we do is we bend our knees up and down. We start with our right leg. And again, you can feel breath from your knees to the line. You bend and sit all day long. And then we will go our left leg. And then we're going to do some knee rotation. So you fold the leg, and then we try to make circles with our knees. Right, reverse the direction of the circle. Okay, and then with the left. and reverse the direction of the rotation. And then we're going to move to our hips. So here we're going to do Kumatikal, so full butterfly, and see where you can go here. So you can start with some gentle holding with your hands, your two, and then some gentle movements. And as your hips open up, you can make the flying of your wings faster and also open going up and down more. And then as the next level, you can open up your feet like a book. And you can very gently with your hands try to push on your knees. And what is very important in all the posture that you're going to do is to never force, never strain, but to think always of the kind +1, +1%. How can you do 1% more in a kind way for your body? Because every little 1% more that you do every day will definitely make enormous progress. It's just 1% of the time without any forcing. And you can also do it with your elbow if you want to give more pressure. You can actually stay in butterfly while we focus on our hands. So also here I have gratitude for our hands for everything they do for us. So they start by just opening and closing them. And in our hands, each of our fingers represents one of the elements as well as one of the senses. So what we do next is that we are going to be very conscious and we are going to close our hands one thing at a time, thinking of each of the 5 elements first. So we start with fire, then we go to air, to space, and it's like I cannot do it here because one at a time, so be just aware what you can do and what you cannot do. And then we go to air, and the last one water, and then we open again very consciously there. And we do one more round, thinking instead of the 5 senses. So we go from the sight, touch, the sound, the smell, and the taste. And again, taste, sound, smell, touch, and sight. And then we open our palm side first, and then down, up, down, up, down. And then we do rotation with your fist closed, and also here observe if you go first on one side and on the other side, is it easy to go in the same direction? For me, that's easy to go in opposite directions than it is to go in the same directions. And then reverse. And release. And now we move the focus to our elbows and shoulders. So put your hands so and breathing. Breathe out. Breathe out. And the last. And then on the side. Make sure to bring it forward. Up. And down. Down. And release. And then the next one is we look at our eyes. So we're gonna just rotate our eyes. So just try to look all around with your eyes. First clockwise. And then moving your head. And then counterclockwise. And again, a lot of gratitude for all the eyes and muscles to see this. And then we do the neck. So breathe in, go backward, and in. Breathe in, out. Out. Then we go right, left, 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 and then very gently also on your shoulders. You can either go all the way to the right shoulder, or you can put your elbows a bit higher to make it easier. You go right, and then exhale left, and move finish the sides, again very gently to your neck. And then we make a rotation just from the chin, left to right, right to left. Then in the back, right, left, left, right. And when you're ready, you can go a full rotation, again first clockwise. And then counterclockwise. And as a final thing, we are gonna stretch our spine. So when you're ready, come into the tabletop. And here, when we breathe in, we arch our spine, bring our lumbar, and cut the feet off from the ground. Breathe in and breathe out. Go into a powerful, and the way around. Shoes. And you look at your navel, and then again breathing up, and without look at your navel. Repeat a couple of times in the long time. And release. And when you're ready, from here, you can come in a standing position. And here I'm going to first take a couple of moments and then I can keep breathing in and breathe out and see what has been the effect of those warming up exercise for you. Take a few deep breaths in. And then, now that we have stretched our body, we're actually going to take a bit out of your comfort zone, especially for some of you. We're going to stretch a bit our mind and emotions using the power of laughter, which for some of us is really stretch because our mind has been conditioned since we were little a child that we should not laugh very loudly. Some people like to laugh loudly, should always cover your hand and so on. So there are so many conditioning via laughter that for us can be a stretch. Yet smile and laughter are a great way to nourish our emotion and to really find different ways to fulfill our needs and then to stay as much as possible into reaching the emotion. So the way we're going to start, we're going to start by waking up our inner child, then we're going to wake up. It's black and me. Black and we are playing all of our progressive forms and also all our American effort. So we go 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Then you're going to use your throat with me as well, because we're going to do the same breath, but saying ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. And that's to come very deep from your diaphragm, because activating the diaphragm, it pushes up the lungs and it allows us to expel more carbon dioxide, which is ready. To get worked up for laughter is you're going to do the dog breathing. Again, to activate our diaphragm. You all know how does the dog breathe after a run. So you breathe in, and then when you breathe out, you go really steady. Go do it deep, breathe in, deep, breathe in. the yoga to wake up our inner child is and you can also do it with jump, kicking your butt with your knees, and you go. Yes, like nothing. So we're going to do this time. We're going to do 5 more minutes of laughter. And laughter was invented in India by Dr. Kadari in 1985. He thought that laughter was the best medicine, and they started by meeting in a park, 5 people just going around telling each other jokes and laughing, because that's what we do, laugh when we hear jokes. Then they ran out of jokes, and they had to figure out how to continue. So they started creating like laughter, intentional laughter. And the first one that they created is the namaste laughter. So you just go around and laughing to each of us, to each other, okay? Ready, steady, go. The next one they invented was the lassi laughter. And what you see, so like, I love to say, I know that some of you will share with me that there really have challenges with laughter. But you see, once you start to let yourself go, the laughter comes because it is within us. We just have to let it come up. And by also looking at each other, our mirror neurons get activated. So the real laughter automatically starts. So the next one that I invented was the lassi laughter, because it didn't have lassi in India. We all really like lassi. So we're going to make lassi together. So we do lassi by doing and shake it. So we go And the next one was, they had a series called Titu Kapata. I don't know if you had it also in Nepal, where apparently a daughter and a mother-in-law were always arguing with each other. So you're just going to argue with each other. Like going and we're laughing with each other. Okay? Just then, when I first learned about the power of laughter, I learned one laughter, which I always use, and nothing else. And it was the chakra laughter, which is what was perfect for today. So we come a bit closer, we make a circle, so that you can reach each other on the shoulder. Yeah. Okay. So the way we're going to do it, we're going to focus on the quality that we like the most about the person on our right. And we are going to put our hands on their shoulders, and we kind of breathe in that quality with the fingers. We put it on our third eye. We start with third eye. And every time we breathe in, actually, I'll tell you where we put our hands, and we laugh with different sounds for the different chakra. So we start by our third eye. So we breathe in all this beautiful quality from the person on our right. Ready? Breathe in. And here we go. Sounds well also open the chakra. With the next one, we put it on the throat and we do the sound without the vowel in. Ready? Breathe in. And again, with the next one, we go on the navel, we go on the heart, sorry, with the ha sound. Breathe in. And then again, we go to the navel and we do the hop, 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 like Father Christmas. Breathe in. Oh! And again, and then we go just below the navel, we go, ooh, breathe in. Ooh. And final one, or before final one, we go now to the root chakra, so that it can be silent after. So breathe in. Okay, and the final one is for our spiritual chakra, so the ground chakra. So what we do here, we breathe in, then we put both our hands on our head, and we just laugh any way we want. So you can release whatever way you want to laugh. You always dream to laugh, but you never get to laugh. Yeah, breathe in. And again, I might become here to close your eyes for a moment, just feel. Also scan through again the four elements that I mentioned before: body, energy, mind, emotions. How do we all feel for you now after this upload yoga and this laughter practice? And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. Or actually, keep them out, actually, close for a moment, because the next part we're going to move on is the sun salutation, Surya Namaskara. So before you open your eyes, you can actually think about the sun, like the warm energy of the sun, the light, and maybe you can think about the sunrise, and just breathe in all of the energy and warmth from that sun. So you can have that very clear on your head when we do the Surya Namaskara. So when you're ready, open your eyes. And we're going to start with Pranayama, the prayer pose. So put the hands in front of you. Breathe in and up. You can actually breathe out. You go down your feet in Padmasana, and then we go into Asana, equestrian pose with the right leg back and right knee on the floor, 90 degree on the left knee, and then from here we go to Parvatasana, mountain pose. But if possible, here you want to try and get your knee on the floor, or then you reach your knees. You can try to reach more with your heels on the floor, and then from here we go in Ashtanga Namaskara. So with your knees down and your chin down next to your arms, and then from here breathe in and come into Cobra, and then from Cobra again in mountain pose. And from mountain pose again, right? Strong, I think I'm smart. And then from here, mix together and come back with your arms up. And then back into prayer. And then we're going to repeat this after the same sequence, but with the left leg. So breathe in, up. Breathe out, down, with your left back, Asana, and then from here, Parvatasana, mountain pose. It goes again, Ashtanga Namaskara. And from here, Cobra, breathe out into mountain pose. And then again, legs front, and from here, and the foot, and again up, And there you go. And we're going to do 2 more times. So again, up. And then down. And then your right leg back. And then from there into mountain pose. Down into Ashtanga Namaskara. And into Cobra. And then back into mountain pose. And again, right legs front. And then Palastasana, strength pose. And again, raise your arms up. And back into prayer pose. And once again up, we're going to do the left leg. Up, down. And left leg. And then back into mountain pose. Ashtanga Namaskara. And from here, Cobra, Virasana. And again, mountain pose. Pratasana. And then again, your left leg up, front. And from here, hand to foot, in Pratasana. And then raise your arms up. And prayer pose, Brahmanasana. If you want to do one more, or you're ready to move into posture. One more round. So back up, hands up. And down. Right legs back. And then from here into mountain pose. And from here into Ashtanga Namaskara. And then into Cobra. And from here back into mountain. And again, right leg front. Ashtanga. And then from here, Palastasana, hand and foot. And raise your arms up. Back into prayer. And one final round with the left leg. So arms up again. And down. Left leg back. And mountain pose. Ashtanga Namaskara. Bhujangasana Cobra pose. Back into mountain. And again the Western pose. So back, yes. And come with 2 feet for Palastasana. And raise arm pose. And back into prayer. And then from here, we're going to do a second type of sun salutation, one that I actually did out myself and that I use just every day. That can be used in your daily work wherever you are. So you are starting in the same position, but with your arms on the side of your body. And if you want to take it one step further, you can go on your points and your toes, and otherwise just put your gaze down. And I first show it to you, so I'll breathe in, raise my arms up, and make the shape of the heart. So, and then like breathing in, I take all the energy from the sun, and breathing out, I bring all the energy from the ground down into my entire body. Repeat that 3 times. In, breathe out, in, breathe in, down, yourself up all this light, all the light from the sun. And then once you're full with all this radiating light, we go the other way around. So from your root to the Swastika, to your navel leg, you bring it all up, activating all of your chakras. And when you breathe out, you radiate that light to everyone surrounding you. And we will also 20 times. In, breathe out, radiate, breathe in, breathe out. Radiate, and then breathe out. And take care of a few breaths to just check what all those movements have done for yourself. And then we move into the asana, which are one of the key areas we put body ethics in the 8 elements of Ashtanga yoga. So here we now really focus on the body with set of posture. Very often yoga is confused with just being this, but this is just one of the many elements. So we start standing and we start with the one leg prayer. So you put your strengthen your left foot, you raise your right foot, you can turn it, and then you can put the sole of your foot into your as close as possible to the perineum. If you cannot reach there, you can go any other place on your legs, wherever you are at. And then once you found your balance, you put your hands into the prayer pose. And we just take a few deep breaths here. It really helps if you find one fixed point to look at, maintain your balance. And if you are advanced, you can also close your eyes to keep the balance in that way. And then from here, depending on the level that you feel at, you can add a return for flex, or you can directly extend into tree pose by lifting your hands up and stay here for a few minutes. And just put your awareness. How does it feel to be balanced on just one leg? In our daily life, we feel that we need and most things more personal, more significant to stay balanced. When we actually have it in ourselves to maintain the balance, no matter the state, as long as we keep the minds. Couple more breaths here. And then you can return very forward, and then release left, and we can do the same shift little, and then we can do the same lower left leg. Your shoulders. Stay close. Give me breaths in. And we're ready to do pose. Be aware of how this is different. What's the difference when you are trying to balance? Close and release. And then also we are going to do the sunflower variation, which is Drikshasana. So we're going to come back up again, similarly with our the balance of the left foot and the right leg up, and here we breathe from the side, and first these pose. Imagine yourself like a beautiful sunflower in a field of sunflowers. You're getting the energy both from the sun, but also from the other sunflowers. When it's cloudy, the sunflowers actually turn towards the other sunflowers, so they give each other the light. And you can imagine also yourself receiving the light and being the light. So from this position, you can then go into opening your arms as much as possible and opening your chest. And this is where after you got yourself with enough light, you'll radiate for the 21. And release. The other neck. Your balance in the right leg. And then it's left leg. Now you can also be aware of who are the people that are making eyes for you, and when you are surrounded with they shine lights to you, and you feel that they give you a lot of energy. And you have also think about who are the people that you enjoy the most sharing your light with, because when you do, your light rises up, and they don't dim your light, but they actually make your flame stronger. And when you're ready, you can release. Next pose, we are going to go Nagrayasana or Sarana Nagrayasana. We get ready for the Lord Shiva pose. So to get ready, we again put the balance on our left leg and we lift our right leg, but this way from the back. So we hold it at the ankle level and we move it a bit back like this. And you can put your left arm in front. And then when you're ready, you want to Lord Shiva by holding on your big toes and then a little bit more forward. Your few breaths. And then slowly center. Release. And then switch to the other leg. Put your balance on the right leg. Move up your left leg. And slowly push it backwards and put your right hand in front. Beautiful deep breath here. And also observe this position. What is the effect of starting and preparing the position before going into the more difficult level? Sometimes we push ourselves to put too much on our shoulders, and that trips our balance very quickly. Or if we slowly move a bit more, move now, your big toe, a bit more forward. When we do that more slowly, our body is time to adjust in 5 more minutes. And never release. Our final balance position for today is the Ekapadasana, so 1 foot. So we start on 2 foot, we interlock our hands in the back. We move our focus on the left leg, and then slowly we lift our right leg in the back while bending forward with our body until we get with straight line, your straight leg and the leg behind. Here. And release. The next leg, your focus on the right leg. And then your hands in the back. And then you're ready to start your left leg. when you're ready, release. Next. And next, right here, we're going to come into chair pose. So breathe in. Chair pose. And also stay here. Breaths. There is discomfort. And when you're ready, from here come down into the sitting position. And now we're going to start with some forward bending, which are the benefits of lifting up and releasing the tension from our lower back, which is often where a lot of our stress gets blocked. And it also stimulates the entire circulation. So we are going to start things from forward bending with Ardha Paschimottanasana. So that's head to knee. We're going to do it first with one leg. So you have your left leg straight and you put your right leg next to your thighs, put the belly as much as possible. And what we're going to do here, we're first going to deeply breathe in and relax our body, and then slowly we're going to forward bend. In each breath out, you can go a bit more down. It's very important here, the focus is on the lower back, the lumbar back. So very often we tend to just fold our shoulders, but instead we need to stretch our back and then start to breathe in and breathe out, you go a bit further down. The objective as much as possible is to come with your forehead to the knee, but go wherever you are. Breathing in, and when you breathe out, go a few bit further down. Okay, release and change the legs. We're going to stretch the knees. And then the other side, same thing. You breathe in, you relax your spine, you put your focus on the lower lumbar as much as possible. Breathe in, and when you breathe out, you stretch down as much as possible from the down lumbar, down to your feet as further as possible. Breathe in, and breathe out. Breathe in. And with the next breathe out, release. And come back And we're going to go into yoga madhusana, which is forward bending, having your legs practically. If you are advanced, you can do it in lotus pose. I cannot do it in lotus pose yet, because you can then have your legs in whatever cross way possible. You interlock your hands in the back. Breathe in, relax your spine, focusing on your bottom part of the spine, and when you breathe out, you bend forward. And then breathe out, you can reach a bit more towards the ground. The objective is to touch the ground with your forehead. Few more breaths here. And release. So we have done our forward bending, and as a counter pose, like in yoga, we strike balance. We're going to go at backward bending. We're going to do the bridge. So put your feet in the front, your hands behind your buttocks, and you breathe in. And when you breathe out, you lift your hips and try to go with your toes to the floor, and then put your head in the back. And open as much as you can your chest. Breathe in and out. Stay here for a few more breaths. And release. And from here, we're going to go another belly. It's 30 seconds from the belly. And you're going to go this position of cobra. So move up and then easy, and then we build up the full cobra and the full cobra. So put your hands next to your chest, the front of your feet on the floor, your head is on the mouth, and then you breathe in, and you release first your head, then your chin, and your chest. You come here, and you take a few breaths in and out here. And release. And up again. And then if you want again, you're going to go down again, or you can come back and fall. We have the cobra. Action. Open up the chest and action. As much as you can. And take 2 breaths here. Then up again. And here we're gonna take a few twists. So first you go towards right, and you try to look at your left feet. Take a few deep breaths in here. Then back to center and left. And then back to center. Right. To center. Left. One more. Right. And back. Left. Front. Release. And then here, the next one is going to do is the neck. So you put your arms in the back, you interlock your fingers on your back. And then you lift up your head just as much as you can. If somebody's pulling you from back. And say here. A few deep breaths. Again, find the ease into the discomfort. You are balanced and you can do anything your mind set up to do. You say again, here we go. And then slowly return to center. Okay. And the final pose we're going to do here is locust. Again, we are going to build it up, Shalabhasana, starting with half. There are two ways you can do it. You can have your hands on your under your thigh with palm down and lift one leg at a time. The other way that you could also do is that you have your hands in the front and you first lift left hand with right feet and left arm with right hands. See where you're at and what is most suitable for you. Lift your right hand. In, without here. Down your left. Again, right. Left. One more arm right. Left. And for one of you who want to try here, let's go into the full locust by just lifting both your legs while you're in your hands and your biceps. And with this, from here, you put your hands next to your shoulder, and we go first to rabbit and then to child pose. So the first one to rabbit, so you put on your arms and then you both put on your heels, your back. First to rabbit, just very actively, we push further as much as we can our back to our heels. And then once you feel you have reached the limit, you put your head down and you just rest entire forward. And take a few deep breaths here in shut pose. In, breathe out. In, breathe out. And release. Down back up. And then from there, we're going to go into supine on our bed. Shift it with your legs. And then put your soul on the floor. So knees, open. Soul on the floor. Pause the knees. Yes. Yes. And then here, we're going to go to the shoulder pose. So we lift our hips, butt, and then we walk with our shoulders toward our heel. And then grab your heel, your knees should be above your heel. So see how far we can get. Begin without here, and then you have to go down just with your butt without changing your shoulder position, so that you can feel a bit of an arch and opening under your shoulders. And again, lift your butt and see if you can reach more of your heels. One more time down. And up again. And release. And from here, we're going to go into shoulder pose, but we first go into cow. So take again your prone position. You lift your legs up. Put your hands under your shoulders. And then extend, extend, extend. And see if you can go with your toes to the back of your head. Into down. You can also stretch your arms in the back and actually hold your toes. Those are inverted asana, which allow us to send all of our work against the gravity, send all our oxygen in the opposite direction that it normally flows, which also allows for cleaning up our blood. And then from here, then slowly lift up and come into shoulder pose. So in this case, you are bending 90 degrees on your shoulders, your toes are up, your legs are straight, your belly straight, and you are holding your back with your shoulders. Take deep breaths in here. And then from here, you can soften the breath and come into the inverted position. And then very slowly, vertebra by vertebra, release. Almost giving a very slow, soft massage in your spine until you come fully back. And the final position here is a counter pose. So we are going to do the feet. Now we have been kind of closing our shoulders, so now we're going to open them. So you put your hands under your butts, and then you lift up your shoulders, and put your neck, your head back in the mat as much as possible with your crown on the mat. And then, depending on where you're at, you can release your hands and make a namaste position in front of you. And for the most advanced beginner, lift up your legs. Very nice. Few more deep breaths in here. Very good. And release. And go stay in supine shavasana. We're going to take here again few deep breaths to check in again on the 4 elements: body, mind, energy, emotions. How are you feeling right now? What is the effect that the practice so far has done on all of those elements? And when you're ready, you can come in sitting positions and you can actually try to keep your eyes closed. What we're going to do now is pranayama, which is breath ethics in the 8 elements of Ashtanga Yoga, the various ethics. And we're basically just going to work on our breath. So first I invite you to your legs crossed and just go into the Dhyana Mudra with your thumb slightly arching over your index finger. That's the Mudra of knowledge. And here again, just take some deep breath in. We work a lot on our navel and our sun energy. So breathe in, again, all of the sun energy, warm energy, golden light. And when you breathe out all cloudy, gray energy, any stress and tension that has been released with this practice. You breathe out, goes back to the earth to be recycled. Couple of more breaths here. And then we're going to change the mudra and use the Nasadra mudra, which you take your 2 middle fingers, and the index and the middle fingers. And you put it on your third eye, so in the middle of your eyes. And we're going to use the right, the thumb to close the right nostril and the ring finger to close the left nostril. And we are going to start with Nadi Shodhan in the first technique, which is breathing in and out only from one nostril. So we're going to start with our left nostril. So you close your right nostril, and we're going to take 5 deep breaths in and out just from the left nostril. Breathe in from left. Breathe out from left. 5 times. And then we are going to release the right nostril, and we're going to close the left nostril with the ring finger. And we're going to do the same, but on the right side, and breathe out 5 times for the right. And then, as the next step, we're going to do Nadi Shodhan, but with alternate nostril breathing. And for the one of you, then also we're going to add in the Antara Kumbhacha, the inner retention. So we're going to inhale 1, hold 1, exhale 1. That's the ratio. I like as much as possible to do 5 in, 5 hold, 5 out. But you can also do longer or shorter depending on your capability. So first, breathe out completely from left. So close the right and breathe out fully from left. And then inhale. Close the left nostril also and hold. And then breathe out from right. Inhale from right to count to 5. Close the right nostril to and keep the left also closed. Hold for 5. And then breathe out from left. And in again from left. I'll let you do it on your own counting. When we breathe in an alternative way from left and right, we are really creating a psychological balance between our sympathetic system and our parasympathetic system, allowing our body and mind to fully harmonize. The right nostril represents the heat, the arousal system, the sympathetic nervous system, our fight or flight system, while the left nostril is about calm, cooling, parasympathetic nervous system, the rest and digest. And it's very key that those two are always in balance. We can handle any type of stress and any amount of stress as long as we deal with micro moments of stress to allow our body to rest and digest. Take one more round here, and when you're ready, release. The next pranayama exercise that you're going to do, it's called Shitali, or cooling type, or you can also do the Shitali, depending on which one you will find more doable. So the first one, the Shitali, is you put your tongue out and you round it, you fold it. I cannot actually quite do it myself, but so, and then you breathe into the tongue in that way. If you cannot do this, you can just close your teeth and then breathe in through your teeth. And what we're going to do, we're going to breathe in this way with cooling effect, and then we breathe out regularly from the nostril. And we're going to repeat it for 10 times. Breathe in. Breathe in through your tongue or feet and breathe out through your nostril. This way of breathing has a really cooling effect. We can also calm our thirst and hunger, or whenever it's super hot, we can quickly regulate our temperature with this type of breathing. Few more breaths here, and then release. And we're going to do one final breathing exercise, that is the Brahmari Pranayama or humming bee. Just before we go there, I also invite you to imagine yourself as a bee. We have done a lot of exercises today with a sunflower in it. So I invite you now to imagine yourself as a bee going across all of those sunflowers, and going to each sunflowers, you take the nectars from the sunflowers, and then by going around, you release the nectar, and in that way, you contribute to seeding even more sunflowers in a continuous harmonious circle with nature. And once you have that visualization, so we are, you can do it also with the mudra, which is to put all your 5 fingers. Maybe you can open your eyes for a few seconds. So you close with your fingers, thumb fingers, you close your ear, and with the other fingers, you close all of your senses. So you put them on your eyes and your nose and on your lips with the feeling of closing all your senses. So in this humming bee, we breathe in, and when we breathe out, we do the humming sound. Ready, we repeat it until I ring the gong. Breathe in. Last one. And now, while keeping your eyes closed and your hands in any movement if you like, we go into a few minutes of silent meditation, just listening to the inner sound and the inner vibration that the humming has created in you, and just observe the space between your eyes for a few minutes in silence. And slowly return to your awareness and take again 4 deep breaths in and out, thinking about how you're feeling right now with the practice to your body, energy, mind, and emotions. What difference do you feel between the beginning of the practice and now? With awareness, take few deep breaths in and out, checking in, out. And then while keeping your eyes closed, we're gonna go into chanting. So we're gonna chant again the Om sound, and this time we can have the focus on making the sound a bit longer. So our shorter and the longer as we want to blossom towards our spiritual chakra. Ready, breathe in, breathe in. Breathe in. Begin. And then we're going to chant the mantra Om Shanti Shanti. Breathe in. Then take our palms and rub them as if it's a can. Create a heat between your palms. And then put them on your eyes. And then on your head. And then on your neck, your shoulders, elbow, arms, and yourself, and the back of your body, your buttocks, your legs, your feet. And then we're going to rub them again. Again, put them on your eyes. Blink your eyes 3 times into your palms. And then slowly with your eyes open, a smile on your face, release your palm. While you bring your palms, you see the heart shape of your palms make. And once you're here, open it up and share it over everybody else. And you're gonna bow to the earth. And then we're gonna close with a gratitude hug laugh. So I'll show it first to you. The first thing is so rather than doing the namaste, we give a tap on our shoulders as a thank to each other for having been here together. The next one is for all our teachers, past, present, and future. And then we put on it's for ourselves, for having taken the time, for having been out of our comfort zone, for having laughed, for everything that was a stretch for us today. And then we hug and we laugh. So we're gonna go And namaste, namaste, Charya, namaste, Gan, namaste, Sa, namaste, Sapani, namaste, Bibi, namaste, Kumi, namaste, Ash.
Thank you very much. Anything back for